Hello out there, ghouls and goblins, and welcome to this bonus episode of A Coward Watches. It's the results special. You're going to find out what was the highest quality movie, what was the scariest movie, and what had the highest total overall for this season. Plus, my thoughts about watching 15 horror movies in a month when I hadn't watched 15 horror movies in the previous 2 decades. Before we get too far into things, I want you to know that a new series is coming to my channel on November 11th. Ryan Gets Less Fat. I'm working to lose weight and to get better control of my health and my mental health in a weekly show that's going to drop every Friday. And if you're a fan of my movie reviews, don't worry, I got more of those coming too. This December, I'm going to be doing a special series of Christmas holiday classics alongside my son Maxwell. We're going to watch them and give you our opinion on them. And coming in 2023, we're going to look at all of the Star Wars movies and rank them from worst to best. Now, what you've been waiting for, the results. So congratulations to The Exorcist, the movie that without a doubt I enjoyed the most. I found it to be one of the most frightening and overall was our big winner. Great film. Absolutely love it. Can't recommend it enough if you've never seen it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say this experiment was strange. Because when it was all over, I looked in the mirror and I saw a different man looking back at me. I saw different eyes, different features, less hair, more gray. The cherub-faced boy of my youth was gone. The lad who was afraid to watch scary movies and horror. He was no more. Instead, a man looked back at me, a handsome, grizzled man. A man who had seen so many things. A man who had faced his fear of birds and Freddy Krueger. A man who was able to withstand The Conjuring, Sinister, and The Exorcist, all within a matter of days. Because like the inevitable march of time, none of us stays the same. And it wasn't the horror movies that had changed. It was me. No longer was I a coward watching horror films. Instead, I was a big brave dog. Jesus Christ! Oh, my heart. So as I was saying, big brave dog. Okay, in all seriousness, I have to say that watching these horror films this month, it was kind of a twofold thing for me. One, I have always been a coward about horror movies. I've been afraid of them for a long time. I have not indulged in them. And I wanted to see if it was something that I could add to my repertoire of entertainment. Watching these, I think it convinced me that I can do that because none of them bothered me on a level like they used to. I don't know if that's maturity. I don't know if that's just getting older and accepting the world as it is, which is much scarier than any of these movies could ever be. But the truth was, I enjoyed these, and I saw that there's a broad range of stuff. There's some stuff I absolutely despise, you know, like Trilogy of Terror and Drag Me to Hell, where I just didn't really like it at all. There's stuff that's absolutely fantastic, like Get Out, which I don't really find that scary, but was a great movie. And there's stuff that's the best of both worlds, like The Exorcist. Really scary, really well-made movie. Horror movies are something that I'm never going to be a super fan of, but I think it's something I can enjoy now. And when there's one that comes out and has some critical acclaim and people are talking about it, I can watch it and enjoy it. The second part of this is that as I move forward trying to lose weight and trying to work on my mental health, I am making a renewed effort in those areas, and it's hard for me to stick with things. The last few years, I have made many attempts and had many failures, non public failures, failures in just my private life. The decision to go forward and try to do this again publicly is it's a strategy on my part, knowing that it worked well for me last time and having that sense of community with people and talking honestly about my problems helped me a lot. And so I wanted to try something unrelated to that, but to prove to myself that I could stick with something that made me uncomfortable, that I wasn't used to, and get all the way through it. And I was able to do that. And I'm happy about that. And I'm hoping that helps me with this new endeavor as I try once again to become a healthier, happier person. And I really hope any of you who have watched these or who watched my older stuff when I was trying to lose weight before will come along with me and help me with that. And I hope some of what I share helps you with whatever you're going through. Because that was the best feeling, was knowing that I was reaching people, that I was talking to people, and that we all have these sort of universal human experiences that we share. They're not always the same thing. Not everyone is 600 pounds and trying to lose weight. Not everyone is an alcoholic. Not everyone is addicted to drugs. Not everyone has, bulimia. It's a broad spectrum of problems that we all have. But in some ways, those problems all share some similarities in their causes and in the effects they have on us mentally and physically. And so for me to be able to talk to people who have those problems, and maybe my experience helps them, maybe their experiences help me, and we can build a bit more of a community together and help each other get better and do better and be happier. If that's possible, that's what I want to get back to. And I want to thank all of you for watching any of this stuff. I'm getting a little emotional here. It has meant the world to me to share it with you, to share my humor, and I hope give you a laugh on a bad day. If I can do that, then it's worth the time and effort that I'm putting into it. And I want to end the series not only thanking the people who watched this, but the people who helped me with this. My son Max here was my production assistant on a lot of my videos. He helped me setting up my light. He helped me with my camera. He helped me with props. He helped me by being off screen and throwing things at my head or dangling things at the screen to scare me, and being in a few videos and being really funny and helpful for me. So thank you, son, for being in it. And I want to thank Joel and Shirley. They were my horror experts. I gave them the list of movies that I had picked, and I said, can you guys help me determine, what's scary here, what's not? I think they did a great job. There's always going to be some variance, but for the most part, the stuff they said wasn't that scary. The stuff they said is really scary was at the end, and it built well, and it was cool. And to every one of my friends and family who recommended horror movies, I just did a Facebook post and said, can you guys help me out? Recommend some horror movies that I haven't seen or that I should revisit. And people gave me a ton of great stuff. Not all of it was available to me with the streaming services I had, but I had to go through and kind of pick and choose. And I think I got a pretty good cross-section of stuff. So folks, thank you all again for joining me. And last thing for the season, I want you to remember that no matter what obstacles stand in your way, be it 15 horror movies or losing hundreds of pounds, you
Hey, was I supposed to get paid for this?
Who told you you're supposed to get paid?
I'm in a union.
Who told you about those unions? I mean, we'll talk about it off camera, son. Dirt Sixer.
Should we keep my laugh again?
Yeah, we'll keep your laugh again.